one day before Big Ten Media Days begin, we have breaking news from Ross Dellenger, Yahoo Sports, Jim Harbaugh, facing down a 4-game suspension due to recruiting violations. Let's not waste any more time. Welcome to episode 275 of College Football's Peek Around the Corner with your host, Greg Pflugar. We cover everything in college football because we love everything in college football. And if you do as well, please subscribe to our channel. Smash that like button if you like our content. Share the video with your family and friends. Sources, Michigan's Jim Harbaugh, NCAA working toward a 4-game suspension over a recruiting investigation. Michigan head coach Jim Harbaugh and the NCAA are working toward a negotiated resolution that is expected to see him suspended 4 games this season and penalties stemming from an alleged false statements he originally made to investigators. Sources tell Yahoo Sports. We'll provide a link in the description. You could read the whole article. The agreement is an initial version of the negotiated resolution and is not yet finalized. It is not yet finalized. The resolution must now be approved by the NCAA Committee on Infractions, which could take several days, if not weeks. Michigan's first 4 games are all at home, with 3 against teams from the group of 5, East Carolina, UNLV, and Bowling Green. On September 23rd, Michigan hosts a Rutgers team that finished 4-8 last season. The Wolverines, who returned several key major pieces from the team that finished 13-1 a season ago, are expected to begin the year inside the top 5 of the preseason rankings. Harbaugh's impending suspension is centered on an NCAA investigation into recruiting violations committed by he and the Wolverine staff members. The NCAA enforcement staff alleged that Harbaugh was dishonest about the recruiting violations in his initial meeting with investigators. A quick resolution broke down in January after Harbaugh refused to admit that he lied to the NCAA staff. The 59-year-old coach has maintained he didn't recall the events when first speaking with investigators, but that he was never purposefully dishonest. The University of Michigan did not immediately respond when asked for comment. A previous Michigan staff member did not escape unscathed. Former defensive coordinator Mike McDonald, now the defensive coordinator for Harbaugh's brother John at the Baltimore Ravens, how convenient, is expected to receive a 1-year show cause penalty. Show cause penalties make it more difficult for coaches to land jobs in college athletics. Two current assistants are also expected to receive sanctions, including offensive coordinator Sharon Moore and tight ends coach Grant Newsome. For Harbaugh, the negotiated resolution is a signal that the coach acknowledged some sort of dishonesty. The NCAA considers lying to investigators as a level 1 violation, the most serious on the organization's scale. A level 1 violation could carry it with a 6-game suspension and a significant recruiting restrictions according to the NCAA statutes. Harbaugh's alleged initial cover-up was worse than the crime itself. How often do we hear that from people, from leaders? The cover-up is worse than the crime itself from the NCAA's perspective. In a notice of allegations sent to Michigan last year, the association cited 4 level 2 violations, including meeting with 2 recruits during the COVID-19 dead period, texting a recruit outside of an allowable time period, having analysts performing on-field coaching duties during practice, and having coaches watching players work out via Zoom. Those were 4 level 2 violations. But Harbaugh eventually acknowledged that the program committed the level 2 violations, but refused to sign any document or publicly state that he was ever untruthful with the enforcement staff. So that's why he got now the level 1 violation. 4-game suspension. It's not finalized yet. You can read the whole article in the link that we provide in the description underneath this video. But now he's got a violation 1. He must have finally told the truth that he lied or or steered the investigators in a bad, incorrect direction. Wow, Harbaugh, 4 games. Now, those 4 games that Jim Harbaugh won't be coaching once this becomes finalized, are 4 games that Michigan's not going to have a problem winning, right? The 5th game on the Michigan Wolverines football schedule, September 30th, is against Nebraska Cornhuskers. So Nebraska gets the first game with Michigan, with Jim Harbaugh being back. The next game, the following week, the Michigan Wolverines play my beloved Minnesota Golden Gophers, and Jim Harbaugh should be back for both Nebraska and Gopher games. Does this hurt Michigan this year for the 2023 campaign, having Jim Harbaugh miss the first 4 games of the season? Well, maybe it doesn't hurt, but it doesn't help. It doesn't help. I believe here at Peek Around the Corner, a lot of people disagree with me, but I don't think Michigan's going to win the Big Ten championship for the 3rd year in a row. There's too much not quite right with the Michigan program. We believe Michigan will suffer some sort of psychological effect having lost that game against TCU, in the manner in which they did. They lost that game in the locker room with the defensive strategy that they planned out between the coordinator and the head coach, Jim Harbaugh. It was a disaster. I don't think they can get it together. I don't think they're going 12-0. I don't think they're going to beat the Buckeyes and the Nittany Lions. And this is just a symptom of the problem. Jim Harbaugh, a little great coach, no doubt about it, very successful, but a little weird, a little odd, a little loosey-goosey on the rules, and it bit him. So he's going to miss the first 4 games, probably miss practice time. Is it going to hurt Michigan all that much? It's not going to help. Maybe it hurts them slightly. There's not that much room. There's not that much margin of room between Michigan and the Buckeyes, Michigan and Penn State. Not in 2023. I don't believe so. We don't have Michigan winning the Big Ten championship this year. What do you think? Put down your thoughts and comments. Jim Harbaugh, violation, 4-game suspension, not quite finalized, but it's looking like that's what's going to happen here with Jim Harbaugh. Again, put down your comments and thoughts. What does that mean for Michigan for 2023? Until next time, from all of us at PATC to all of you, please, you all take great care of each other. Thank you so very much.